Davos, Clayton was called the night before and had to go to some major meetings that could help us in the future that involved a lot of political things with one goal: for this company and for our lives to help future lives be more sustainable, be healthier, and be better and greater. So the products, I'm going to be really open. The products are what keep me going. I have a lot of health issues. I always have. I've had cancer since the age of 24 and 25. I've had Lyme disease since I was 19. I've had high blood pressure since around then, and lately I've had issues with it until I'm around my husband and Ted, and I get calm, and I'm on our products. The doctors wanted me to try blood pressure medicine. So I did for a couple of days. My blood pressure went up a lot higher, and Clayton told me I need to listen to myself about my own products. I'm not saying that people in this room shouldn't take blood pressure medicine. I'm not saying people in this room shouldn't take chemotherapy or medication. There are things you should take, and you shouldn't let people get in your head and tell you all medication's bad. Because if that were the case, most of us wouldn't be here. But we have a better solution at Root. We have products that are from nature that have the ability to really support our lives mentally, emotionally, and physically. And that has to be our goal, is to share that message. Not because of me. And I have to say this, I will forever be indebted to Clayton for listening to my heart when I said,
One.
First time. When I said we have to have a plan where people make money, people support their families, because something's getting ready to happen where people aren't going to have money anymore. We have to create a new system. And he's smarter than me. The first person that completely understood that was Ted Baker. And Ted said, your husband's a genius. He created something that's going to help people sustain their wealth, be able to provide for their children. And he did. He did.
You've never said that before.
That's true.
Can we repeat that? Okay.
Yes, I will repeat that, though.
No, you don't have
I don't
to.
give Clay enough credit, because the truth is, as different as we are, he's one of the most amazing people I've ever met. And I love that we're different. I love that Ted Baker and I are different.
Me
I
too.
love that his wife is amazing, but she's different than I am. And the reason I'm sharing this with you all is because I feel like if we're really going to be on this journey together, if we're really going to make people healthier and happier, then we have to know each other. And it can't just be you looking at my strengths on a social media page, which only tells this much of the story, because that's not the real me. You're going to see a lot more soon.
Do you know even how to get on your social media pages?
Not really. But I send stuff.
That's your answer.
No, but I send stuff, and I try to monitor it. Yeah. There was some stuff that came out, to be honest with you, about the clothing line that I was like, who put that up there? And it was a younger person that did not know what that meant, right? Because we just jumped into a fashion entertainment industry. You guys are getting ready to see some television where you'll see interviews and you'll see a lot of stuff that came out of that venture. But that world's different, right? It's a younger world, it's a more dynamic world. I love that world, but it comes with other complications. So we are guiding our people at corporate to make sure they post the right things, they send the right message, which is, how do we spread light and how do we spread greatness throughout this world? A lot of people, if they haven't been on this journey with us, like I know Regina has, I know Birgit has, I know a lot of you guys, Astrid, a lot of you all have been on this journey. We were going to do clothing, right? We jumped in under the Red Chandelier because we were going to have a sustainable clothing line. And we launched the pilots. The full clothing will be available this summer. Some of the clothing for the animals and a few of the things for people will be coming out soon. The entire goal was to have a spray that protected our skin against radiation, 5G, negative energy, pollution, and all these bad environmental factors that don't need to go in our body. To do that, I did pull from the industry that I came from. I used things like hypochlorous acid, which you usually only see in the pharmaceutical industry, but I made it naturally. I used an iodine and a form of clean slate and a lot of minerals and a lot of vitamins that can protect people's skin in case of an emergency or just every day. I also developed a clothing line that was dipped in a 4-day process which protects people's bodies, animals' bodies, children's bodies from all of this negativity. When people say to me, Christina, when you go into a negative environment, make sure you surround yourself with positive energy. Please know I understand that. And I'm thankful when you tell me that. I love that you tell me that. I'm a nanobiotechnologist. My background is energy work. Quantum physics, that's what you do. But the problem is, people will use energy to create things like nuclear waste or nuclear war or GMOs. But that's not me. I am a person that I love children, I love animals, I love people. The more different you are, the more I'm gonna love you, because it's okay. We need that. But this was another barrier so that when you guys take the supplements, when you take Clean Slate, that was the most important thing to me to get that out, because for a variety of reasons I can't mention here or ever, I understood what was getting ready to happen. Was I a part of it? No. Did I plan it? No. Things happen. Life changes. Life has changed. But guess what? For the better. Because now we understand, and now we have a lot of good things that help protect us. We have been exposed to heavy metals and toxin and pollution for hundreds of years. We've done nothing about it. The medical schools, the universities, I'm going to tell you guys right now, that's going to change. If you think the fact that we have just stepped up and done what we've done is not going to change the way things are going to happen, you're wrong. I wrote a spine registry years ago on how to track spine surgeries in the United States, how to determine when it should happen and when it shouldn't. Unfortunately, I made a statement in Washington, D.C. in front of a lot of important people, and the statement was this. I researched the data, I've looked at the analysis, and I wouldn't keep doing these surgeries on my dog. They don't work, and it's just so people are making money. That was a really bad mistake, and I mean that. That caused a lot of issues for me. Instead, I learned from that, and now I strategically handle things. I am not against governments. I am not against politics. I am not against countries. I am for people. We've got to be ambassadors. One of the things I love about Birgit, this is true, she's an ambassador. She understands whether you're in a situation where you're getting a beer and a hot dog at a bar and playing pool, or whether you're in front of a king in a long dress at a gala, you can still be a representative and change anyone's life in that environment. Just treat them equally and treat them with respect. It doesn't mean you have to love everyone. When I close my eyes and I think of what I love about myself, my first thing will always be, I love the way I love. I never stay angry. You're never going to see me stay mad at someone. Ted and Clayton don't love that about me anymore. I never stay mad at you.
Well, it helps me.
He's done a few things I could stay mad at, but I get over it. I get over them. So I'm going to tell you what's getting ready to happen in the next 6 months to a year. We just launched the Trinity. You guys, do you understand that the Trinity was launched
02.
02? I was trying to think. No, 2 years, 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago.
Yeah. Well, no, it wasn't.
Trinity's 2 years.
2 years. Yeah,
The
because
Trinity, that's right, 2 years.
When I started May 21, just the restore came out.
Right.
So
Clean Slate was launched 3 years ago.
Regina's like Google.
She is. 3 years. So 2 years. 3 years since Clean Slate, 2 years. We've sold out a number of times. Our biggest issue right now is manufacturing things, because I've used different manufacturers and sourcing from all over the world to do what I need to do, because I know what I have to put in there, how I have to develop it, and I have not found one place that can do it. But while I was in Davos, my husband was in a meeting trying to figure out how I could do all of that in one place and how we could control it. Not because we want to control things, but because we need to keep doing this and not do what someone else wants us to do. I've worked every company until now, they've changed my formulas. It becomes
true.
about money. It's true. Every single company. But now, but now we have a group of people that encourage me every day. And I say this all the time. I am in meetings all the time right now. You guys get tons of offers to go to other companies and do other things. I get offers constantly, and here's always my answer. I owe it to the root community to put them first. Ted Baker gets the same offers, Clayton Thomas gets the same offers, and this is what we say.
No one wants to work with me. No one calls me.
And there are days that, especially lately, because of how hard we've had to work, the three of us, to get all of this out, there have been days where I think I just could not get out of bed today, but I'm usually up by 5:30 or 6, so I managed to get up. Because I sit there in my bed and I think about who I'm responsible for and to, and I think about what I am supposed to do. The reason sometimes I can't get out of bed is the chaos around me, and there's a lot of negativity, because the more you grow, the more there's negative things that happen. But that's okay. That's part of life. Just like it's part of life that even though you take these products at some point in your life, we're all going to die. Our job while we're here is to live the greatest, best life possible. So the Trinity came out, and for me, those 3 products were so important that if I could give a gift to everyone in the world, I would give them those products. I never really push these products on anyone. In fact, everyone always says to me when we go places, because these 2 talk about it, I don't. And I say this all the time, it's because it's like if you cook, do you tell people you have the best cooking in the world? No. You don't. You just share it, and if people want to eat it, they eat it, right? And then you make more. I will say this, the goal of those 3 products was to detox during extreme situations and during an everyday situation. Because that's what we're faced with right now. I said this yesterday, and later last night I was dreaming, and I thought, I hope I didn't say that the wrong way. When all this happened 3 years ago, I wasn't worried about it. Because I thought we have solutions we can take that are going to help us, and we're all going to be okay. I was worried about some people not being okay, that we would never have any influence over, and even family members. But I really wasn't about that either, because if they could just take Clean Slate, I knew that they'd be okay. I've been vaccinated more than any person I know. I say this all the time because I used to have to travel. When I worked for pharmaceutical, when I worked for government and in different positions as a CEO, they wouldn't let me in the country. I want to tell you the honest thing, that changed though when COVID happened. I got invited everywhere regardless. Because they wanted solutions. They wanted solutions. Because guess what? We all want to live. Whether we have one opinion or another, whether we're in politics or we're not, whether we're from Dubai or Nigeria or Germany or the United States, we all want to live. So let's not judge each other. Let's just live. If someone's been vaccinated, good. Give them Clean Slate. It will help them detox their bodies. And if you haven't been vaccinated, you need to detox too. We're all on the same page, right? So that's what's important to me. And I really want you guys to know those 3 base products were the start of what I knew would be a pretty tough 5 years. Not because of one virus, but because of other bacteria and fungus and parasites and things that have honestly accumulated over hundreds of years. And they are expressing now, whether they were released or not, it's irrelevant to me. It was gonna happen. It was gonna happen. This is how you evolve in life. You realize we've got to make a change. Our water, just so you guys know, our oceans, the fish have plastic because there's plastic in our oceans. I met with the head of the environment in France, and I asked her if she knew that. She said, absolutely. That's why so many animals and so many fish, so many turtles are dying. And I said, do you know that they have found it in the bloodstreams of people now? She said, absolutely, she did. And she said, what do you think we should do about it? And I said, let me send you some things that can help. I met with her because we also have a company now that we're all going to be involved in called Enviro, where we're really going to help the land, air, and water. If you would have watched the whole thing I did at Davos, you would have known that I sat with a group of people where we had a lot of meetings about the environment. And we talked a lot about how we can help because the icebergs are melting. Does everyone know that? Do you guys understand that the icebergs are melting, but our water levels are going down in some places and up in some places? There will be some states in the United States that won't be here by 2050 and maybe not even 2030.
Same to Germany as well.
Yeah, it's a fact. It's not a, like, maybe, right? It's a fact unless we do something. It's also a fact that we won't be able to get meat. Some of us won't be able to afford it. It's also a fact that vegetables don't have the nutrients and vitamins. But we don't have to worry about it. Bye-bye. They're so cute. Thank you. They brought me flowers. They're so cute. So all these are facts, but none of us need to worry. And I'm telling you why. It's easy to worry. It's honestly easier to focus on negative and have people scare you. Let me explain something to you. If people are scaring you, they're not the right people to be around. If people are leading by fear, walk away.
Or turn them around.
Yeah, or turn them around. Great, Regina, you're right. Or speak your part, which is, well, here's some solutions. I always tell my kids, if you don't have a solution, don't come to me with a problem. One of my sons the other day said, why have you always said that? Sometimes we just want to tell you the problem. And I said, because if I fix all your problems, then you're never going to be able to be an adult and be a better leader than I am. Because my hope is that everyone around me is better than me at a lot of different things that I'm bad at. Because as easy as it is to make formulas that are going to help all of us, there are basic things, you guys probably don't know this, there are basic things I can't do.
I have your phone.
I can't use computers, I'm not good with phones, I don't know directions, I lose everything. It's all true.
That's not all true.
But I can read 30 pages within 5 minutes.
Which is infuriating.
So if you guys want a challenge, I'll give you a side note because we've been flying a lot recently to different places. And some of our flights are like 2 hours or 3 or 4 hours. Have you ever seen someone actually read an entire 300-page book in a 2-hour flight? Let me introduce you to her. And if you asked her questions about the book, she could tell you everything about it because she speed reads and she has an eidetic memory. So she records everything she's reading.
So that's a strength, but I have all these weaknesses. And I feel like in this community, if we can use our strengths to help each other, that we will be amazing. I want to do one more thing before I strictly talk about products and then you guys get to ask questions. And I think we may stay, just so you all know, we have some meetings with some people here that we'd like to spend more time with. So we may stay either later tomorrow or spend another night there. We're trying to decide. And if you guys say, well, you guys keep changing your plans, it's because we have so many different communities and different things we're trying to get done that we have to be flexible. I would say that that's another thing we've all had to learn is that we don't know from day to day what's going to happen because there's so many new things happening. But let me give you an example of what I want us all to understand. If you say, I ran with a dog, or you said, I ran over a dog, is there a difference?
Semantics.
Huge, right? Huge. If you run with a dog, you're having fun, you're running your dog. If you run over a dog, the dog may be dead or the dog is severely injured. Our goal is to be positive. If someone's negative, figure out a way to correct it. And I'm okay with you guys saying, I don't want to be a part of this, I don't want to listen to the gossip. Or I don't want to listen to the negativity about so-and-so. I know sometimes it's not about me or Clayton, it's just between groups. And again, some of those discussions are healthy. It's okay if everyone doesn't like each other. But make sure you always take the high road and do the good thing, do the right thing. Try not to be jealous either. Because guess what? There's nothing ever to be jealous about. You know that that's one emotion I've never felt. It's really odd. I've always wondered why, but I have never been able to feel jealousy. I feel anger. I feel pain. I feel hurt. I feel disappointed. But I don't really feel jealousy. And I think the reason why is because I can't be someone else. I am who I am, so why should I be jealous of someone else? So as we go into this next year, there's going to be some of you that I may call and say, can you help me work with the environment so we can get it to another place so we can roll it out to Ruth? Or can we hire you to work with fashion because we need someone to help us in Turkey or Germany because we have 10,000 orders so we can get it to Ruth? But just know this, that's because that's the right person for the job where we need to help, we need help. That doesn't mean you aren't just as important. There's a lot of different religions out there, and I actually have been meeting with a lot of important people. The next Dalai Lama and I have had a couple of podcasts we will show.
You guys are gonna dance.
We're gonna dance the rest of our lives together. He told me. He's really nice.
That was his line.
I liked him a lot, yeah. And then some of the Hindu leaders and some of the Christian leaders. But I was raised in a home where we sat down at the table. We either had to pray or meditate, and we always had to pick out of this jar something good we needed to do for someone that day. And we weren't allowed to tell them. And so that was my mother, one of the best things she ever did for us, because we learned to do things and not say we're doing things for people. So I want you guys to understand that in the next year, we have so many opportunities. We can't do it. We're going to be leaning more and more on people. We have some of you that have gone to see the galas. Some of you guys modeled at Fashion Week. Runway 7 had root models. The only people on that runway that were not professional models were Stephanie and Helen. Yeah.
Well, Jayla, it was
and Jayla
it
and
was
Lisa-
all of
Lisa
our
was a model,
yeah,
yeah.
Lisa was.
No, we had 4 professional models. So anyway, they did just as well as the models, but the reason we chose them is because we knew that they would be able to walk the way we needed them to walk and do it, and we had to have some people quickly. They were phenomenal. They're all over our news. They're in Forbes in the United States, they're in NBC, they're in every magazine, they're all over the place. And because we developed a strategic relationship with one of the top magazines that are composed of the most influential women in the United States, you will see more and more of this. Why does that matter? Am I important? No.
Yes.
Yeah, you're.
No, I'm
Yeah.
not. But what we are doing is important.
See, we do fight.
And you're kind of the key to that.
So,
No chance without you.
So I want to tell you a discussion we had. We have been asked to do different things in cycling. We've been asked to do different things in tennis. We've been asked to do different things in politics now. We've been asked to do different things just yesterday in racing. There's a lot of opportunities, right? What we're trying to do right now is strategically figure out who do we align with that shares our qualities, our mission, that doesn't create chaos but creates peace, and that's who we will align with. Because there's not time for chaos. There's only time for peace. We have a lot to do. I would like a commitment. Don't raise your hand if you don't want to do this, but I would like a commitment that we will all try to do the right thing for this community and for others over the next year. It's not that hard to try to do the right thing. So I really, Ted Baker, where's your hand? I would like us all to commit that to each other, because there's going to be days we don't want to do the right thing, because there's going to be more attacks, there's going to be more people that get angry, there's going to be more people that don't like me, there's going to be more people that attack Clayton or Ted because they don't like them, because they control me. They control things because we have no option. No, but we have no option but to control our schedules and to say no. So I'm saying this because while we launched the Trinity 2 years ago and we launched Clean Slate 3 years ago, do you guys know I will give a thing of Reno to the first person that knows how many products we plan to launch by the end of March, which will be our total product line. Ted's gonna have to know that number because I don't know that number.
Hold on,
Let's go.
did you just pull that?
Yeah,
I don't even know that number.
let's count them.
Well, nobody answered.
Okay, does anyone want to guess?
8, 7, 10, 12, 11.
So the highest is 11 right now.
No, I heard 12.
12.
Are we bidding? 42.
Whoever comes closer will get a thing of Reno.
Stand up for this.
We have to make sure everyone got the gifts they were supposed to get last time too. So let's count them. We've got Clean Slate that helps detox our body,
One.
that helps get a part of the heavy metals, rip them apart, take them out of the body, whether it's radiation, 5G, pollution, whatever you're exposed to. That's one of its goals, to go in and help clean the body.
You see TC?
No.
We're at Clean Slate.
Okay.
What are we?
We're counting the total number of products
Do we have?
that we're going to launch by the end of March. So we've got Clean Slate, we've got
Zero in.
which, by the way, I take every day and did not take this morning because we were late. We were getting to the train. There was one call after another, and I didn't take it.
And you won't take it in the afternoon.
I won't sleep. I take it every day. It makes the biggest difference for me. So I really wanted people to be able to focus so we could get all these things done. The restore was really important so we could restore our bodies. I did get to take Restore and Relive Greens. I need another Restore, but I did take one earlier this morning as well as Clean Slate. And we had the Green Smoothie Shake, which is usually Relive with Give Me Back My Youth. So how many do we have right now? Clean Slate is detoxing. Restore is restoring your body, and it is so strong. I want to add this. You can put it on your skin. You can take this product, but the product is so strong that it took me a couple of years to make. I was told no, over and over, because it has such a high concentration and was made in a way that one packet could be taken 3 times a day if you needed to, but it will help your body get the nourishments that it needs. I needed to source things that were non-GMO, that were pure, and it was really hard to do. So you've got those 3, Restore,
And you said Relive.
and Relive,
And Give Me Back My Youth. And Natural Barrier Support.
And natural barrier support.
That's
and
6.
immune defense
Now,
shield.
why is that so important right now?
So this is kind of a season where people are getting viruses and flus again, right? They have different names for them. I told you guys when all this happened with COVID, there's going to be other viruses. There's going to be a lot of different things that are going to happen. This is a good time to take natural barrier support. I don't take it every day. People ask me at the other meeting. Clay does.
No, actually, that's not true. I try.
He tries.
I fail.
I take it at least twice a week. I would take it every day. Ted loves it. If you ask me why, again, this goes back to time for me, because lately I've been sleeping 2 to 3 hours a night, maybe. So it goes back to that for me lately. So we got 7 products so far. Did we count Immune Defense Shield?
So, no, why is Immune Defense Shield so valuable right now?
So
Not just the viruses, but hit on...
I talked about this at the meeting. In order for you guys to have energy, in order for you to live as long as you can and to be able to sustain that, you've got to have NAD. You've got to have NAD to support the telomeres and the mitochondria. Without that, your pathways in your body, which everyone always talks about the grid that we have in our world, we have a grid in our bodies. So you gotta take it. It really helps that. It's sustainable for 2 years. That's the first time. There was a patent for 3 months. This one has 2 years. So you're able to take it with the quercetin. It really is needed. If you start feeling sick, take more. It really is there to help you, and it was made not just for anti-aging and longevity, but it was also made so that people could support their body so their cells can fight, so your immune system's strong, so that you have energy to power your cells fighting bad things. That was really important. We are getting ready to launch the Rahm roast, which is the coffee that we detoxed during the roasting process to make sure that we got rid of the viruses and parasites. If you want to look at how many studies there are on coffee and parasites and fungus and viruses, there's lots of them. There's a lot of them. And this was something that I filed patents for a long time ago and then refiled them so that we would have something that we could share with the world, because everyone loves coffee and tea. The next step will be tea.
What?
Yes.
So this is quite possibly the greatest tasting coffee that's ever come about too.
Yes.
And there's some people here that got to try it when we were in Cyprus last year with the first samples.
Yes, so that will be coming out very soon, in March or April now, Ted? April.
Is it going to be ground or
It's whole beans.
Whole beans, because the real coffee lovers have their favorite grinds and don't want to mess things up. And that's the one really important part for coffee is, as she mentioned, fungus and parasites. But it's where the beans are from. It's very, very important. So we source highly organic, actually never had pesticides, don't use them, not use them in the past.
I've never used them.
Organic Guatemalan beans. And the Guatemalan coffee beans are actually the most popular in the world. That's why our master roaster, who's in Cyprus, recommended them. And that he's an award-winning master roaster for coffee.
It won't come out though, Ted reminded me.
Till April.
No, but it won't come out with the organic label on it because it takes us 9 months. So it will come out at first without that label because it takes us 9 months to apply for that.
And that's
So you
in
guys will have to wait on that.
Germany.
That's in Germany.
In the United States, you can put an organic label on anything, right? We were going to start selling bottled water from Ohio, and it's green right now, and say it was organic, but
That was not true.
you can do that in America. Germany is very, very strict with how they do
It is
things.
too, yeah. So the coffee and then the toothpaste to get rid of the parasites and the fungus in the gum. We will be the first toothpaste that comes out like that. So that will be coming out. That's done. They're shipping it to us. What else is coming out? What number are we at? 10. 9, 10.
The Reno?
We're at 10.
Reno,
Yes.
the
Reno is 11, which is the phytoplankton. You guys are going to feel like it's dry. It's doing your skin like this to produce the collagen. You will notice a huge change. If you want to put moisturizer over it, please feel free to do it. I sometimes will use MCT oil or lavender oil over it, so you can do that too. I use the tea mist under it, which I think is 11.
Yep.
Count it.
And the plumper?
Yep. That's 11.
12 is the plumper. So we're at 12. We also have all the animal lines done. So in March, we will be launching your animal line for Bill and Coo through Root. And you will have a greens called Anna Greens for the dogs and cats and horses. You will have
And pigs and cows and goats.
You will have a collagen and colostrum that is made for animals, but it's human grade. I did not do animal grade on any of this. I had a choice. I did the highest grade possible so that the animals would be treated like people. And maybe people don't want to use the product, maybe they don't agree with that, and that's okay too. But that's how I wanted to do it, because we actually have 3 dogs and a cat. We lost one of our dogs when I was in Dubai this year, and I still cry about it. So I love those animals. And if someone ever tries to tell me they're not as important, I have a hard time with it. My children, of course, are the most important thing in my life, and Clayton and all of you guys and my family. But animals are really important too. Babies are important. I love that we have to take care of them. So we have 5 products coming out that are animal lines. We have the Anna Greens, the collagen colostrum, the immune defense shield for animals so that your animals can hopefully live longer. We have a natural barrier support, but we don't have that we have a few of those in the office for animals. And then we have the clean pets. Oh my gosh, we have more than 5. And then we have Kodo. So I made a special spray for animals to protect them against the environment. Animals have a 38% chance, a higher chance of getting certain types of cancer because they're out there more. It has increased over time because of all the pesticides and they're exposed to the environment. All the chemtrails, all the 5G, animals are not doing that great. So it's a spray for the animals, that the animals, you will be able to spray in their coats once or twice a day to protect the animals.
But that means there would also be a spray for.
For people. So we have Environ Skin Defense, which I believe to date is the best product I've made.
Huh?
That's probably hard for Clayton to hear because he's going to say clean slate. But there's a problem. So this environment has gotten really bad. It will continue to get a little bit worse, so we've got to protect our skin. So moisturizers and sprays that don't have protection are enough. UV spray isn't enough. We need things like iodine and hypochloric acid, things that are used in surgery rooms, but I made them naturally to fit into the body. The truth is, the spray that you can spray on your skin, just so everyone knows if there was an emergency, you could also take it orally. That's how I made it. And when you see all the ingredients, and I do the slide presentation on it, and you understand, because I briefly went into it, but it was so fast that I didn't get to really go into depth about what that defense shield would do. I also made it in a way because I had worked with psoriasis and scleroderma and dermatitis and eczema and sarcoidosis and pyoderma, all these rare skin diseases. I wanted something that would help those things. I didn't want to make a claim, but I knew what I needed to make that would help with that. So that will help along with that. And then, so what number are we at?
We have 12 plus 5 and the sprays.
19.
And 2 sprays.
Plus 6, because there were 6 animals. Okay.
Six.
It's like 20 so far.
So, and then we
19.
have,
I think we are 19.
we will have a linen outfit for men and women that will have the protective clothing that you can wear that is protected and it's dipped in the nanotechnology which protects against the environment. You also have a black outfit similar to what I'm wearing today, but with long sleeve and short sleeve that has the protection in it. We will have animal swaddle cloths for, baby swaddle cloths for when babies go home from the hospital, and baby clothes that are already being made right now. We will also have couture lines that if people want to do special orders, they can have their pictures on it like we showed on the runway. It will be dipped in it and you can use it as an example for your communities.
I think Regina is going to place an order for that right now.
Yes, for sure.
We also have animal clothing. We have the scarves that they're getting ready to put into the Root-averse, which has root on the scarves for your animals, for your cats and dogs. We also have a full coat outfit and sweatsuit outfit and silk pajamas for animals and for humans. Those will be launched. You guys will have the opportunity to sell those to your community. We also have about 200 or 250, maybe 300 outfits that are being designed that are couture that people can order. Why did I do that? Why did I make a couture line? Why did I do Fashion Week?
Because you like people to look good.
No, I did it because I wanted to get the attention of not just the Root community, but very influential women that had a lot of money that could help us spread the message that the environment's toxic and so are we. I need to touch as many people as possible, and you guys do too. That's why I did the fashion show. If you guys ask me, did I have fun? I'm gonna be very honest with you. No. I wanna be honest. I think someone should be honest.
Let's talk about that.
There were amazing people there. Very famous people, amazing people. We partnered with amazing people. The issue is, it was very quick that I had to get all this done. It was a major production. My son Preston pulled off at the age of 23 what most people don't pull off in a lifetime. It has never been a dream of mine to be a model.
Hold on a second. In 45 days, just so we can be clear, since you're going to be so honest, in 45 days, so in December 10th, she said, we're going to do Fashion Week. I said, what year? She was this year.
Okay, well, I didn't make that decision.
Okay, wait, this is my story. And I looked at her with that look I sometimes give her, which is, the look is, where are the kids? Earmuffs for the kids. Do you guys know what WTF means? In German? Okay, I don't know what it is in German, but that's what it is in the US. It's the same. I was like, and then I looked at her, she looked at me like I was crazy for asking her if she was crazy. And then I said, okay, how can I help? And my biggest fear was that she wouldn't be able to design enough clothes.
Little did we know.
And we have outfits and clothes for like the next 4 years. She has designers, she's called people all over the world, and all these designers all over the world all of a sudden are like, of course I will make this for you. It is no problem. We will do this right away. Monaco, Amsterdam, stinking Japan, sure, wherever the hell it is. I don't know, all over the world. So whatever you want to challenge her to not do, she then does it
Better than
to
you.
spite you. Which is a great quality to have in a partner, right? Because you know you're never going to fail. There's just no chance of that. And very few people are able to pull off what she did in 45 days in 4 to 5 years. And to be, I mean, we opened that show for Fashion Week, and it was probably the best runway that they had all weekend.
Oh, yeah, by far.
So
Tilly was there.
her son, Preston, so were you in the front row with Tilly.
That's right.
Preston did an amazing job of creatively putting together a magnificent storyline. People were crying in the crowd. It was, I just want to, she stands up here and she talks about these things, and it's like everybody just assumes, yeah. But when you take a step back and you look at what really is going on, you forget the magnitude of the perseverance and the courage that it takes for her to put herself out there and do that in a time when really all she wants to do is hang out with her kids.
Thank you, Tim. But no, I don't want to, it's not me, it's because of us, and I want to say this. I did that so that this community will get more recognition, because then we were invited to Paris Fashion Week. If you ask me, why are you not at Paris Fashion Week? I need to see my kids and my parents. I need to see my friends in my home. So we turned down Paris Fashion Week. We will probably go next year. We also will probably do the Fashion Week in New York next year, so hopefully we can do even more and more. And we will do August fashion show, and it will be a pretty big deal in August.
In Nashville.
We will use that for one reason, because I say this all the time. You can't take a diploma to heaven. The universe and God are not proud of you for getting awards, or being in Fashion Week, or being beautiful, or making money. We are here to do good things and the right things. So if someone wants to be arrogant about it, any of this, it will not be me. Because we just started. So until we're done, we're not finished. We have nothing to brag about. What we do need to brag about, though, is the ability we have to help others. Because now we have a full product line. We have a doctor brand that is, I think we're launching March 16th.
You're not done with the products.
Where we have 5 products, and we will do individual products with doctors so that we can test things and have research data, so when we launch it, you guys have it. Those things are very important because we need to prove not just what we think, but what we know. The environmental essays will go out in probably April, where we will test with the land, air, and water, so we can do pilots and get grants from the government so we can help different governments. That's one big product that will help 3 big things. CTC line, like I said, will come out in March. I think we have, I was counting the other day, I think we have 32 products that will be out this year, just so you all know.
No one wins.
Well, whoever said the highest, I think, yeah, you said 12. Ted was the highest.
He went over.
17, yes. So when people ask me, like yesterday they asked me, are you working on an omega-3 or a peptide formula? The answer is yes. I actually have it done. Do you have a vegan collagen colostrum? The answer is yes, I have it done. Why aren't you launching? It's the next question. We can't do everything at once. We're already launching a lot. We are trying to specifically find answers for certain things that we feel like are needed right now, and then secondly, things that will grab the attention of the world so we can help more people.
What about the spirit?
Clean Spirits has now been produced. It will be out probably by April. We just produced a bunch of it because of Germany. Yeah.
Okay, so that makes it like 40.
So we have the omega fit pills. We were looking at the keto pills we have, so we may launch those. That won't happen until fourth quarter. The omegas won't happen until fourth quarter, only because we've got to get all of this stuff out. And to get it out, we have to educate. And this is a lot of information. We have to translate it to other countries. So that's why we have all these amazing opportunities in front of us with really important people. But the truth is, the most important people to me aren't those people.
They're here.
That are famous, or those people that are politicians, or those people that are wealthy. You guys are my people. Because in the end, again, you can't judge who you're close to by who's important. It has to be who's really good and cares and is kind. And just so you guys know, I do know when people aren't. There are people around me now that are not that kind, actually, and that I don't think highly of.
That's not me.
And that I am, it's not him, and that I am upset about, because we need to act kind. We need to act in goodness. This company needs to matter, or if it doesn't, if you don't want to use the products, I'm not upset with people either. We have something to offer to people that can detox their bodies and supplement their bodies and protect their outside. We should care about emotional and mental health. We should care about how we look, because that impacts us inside and out. So we are also launching a makeup. I left that out. So we will have the lip gloss and mascara are done. It's very hard to make. I'm going to be very honest. It's hard because of the toothpaste took us how long? That took me how long? Because I don't know.
Toothpaste took over a year.
It's just really hard because they use so many toxins in the development typically. So when you try to change the formulas, it's hard to get the consistency. It's hard to stabilize for 2 years. I also am doing I'm working on eyeshadow, blush, and powder, as well as foundation, all natural.
That's for me though, right?
I'm trying to put in it a protective form of clean slate. I'm having to change the formula so that it can basically protect your skin when you're wearing makeup as well. So I feel like I have failed more this year than ever.
Cannot imagine.
I want to share why. I really feel that way because we have so much more to do. And the more I go to meetings, the more I'm in environments with important people that control a lot of our decisions, the more I understand how much we've got to help people. I think we will change so many more lives than we already have. And I think it has nothing to do with me. I think it has to do with you.
Oh, that's not true.
But I
Without
think-
you, it's not possible, sweetie.
Well, I think I'm one of the important, and we're all important, but I
Yes.
think, so I want you guys to know I really need all of us to do this together. And one of the things I haven't been good at is if people want to help and offer to do something, we haven't had a tracking mechanism of being able to see this person's interested in doing this person wants to help here, right? Because we're so busy. So we just hired a new administrative assistant that's also going to help with customer service, Leslie. That's one of the tasks I'm going to give her. Whenever there's someone that's interested in helping or speaking or doing something in a particular area in that country, let us know so we can work with you all and you can become a part of it. So Regina, for example, did part of the mentorship program, and she also went to the Forbes event. Right now, you guys, so I'll give you an example. This weekend, I'm trying to think of how many events. We were asked to go to meet with the royal families. We were asked to do a lot of things. We have to make decisions, and that's what's been happening. So please excuse us when we don't get back to you. Please remind me of this process we're putting in place, and Ted, because we will go back and make sure, because if I could just know and had it at my fingertips, then I could call upon you guys that are interested in helping in different areas. So I will continue. Some of you guys have gone to me, and we're doing different, I think I've got 4 different groups right now I'm doing meetings with regularly to try to work on special projects. We still are doing the mentorship project. The people that are mentors, we have 5 right now. They're allowed to hire an assistant, and we will pay for the assistant to help them grow their business and to help them give back to the world. We have the Rahm Foundation, which I don't know if Ted's talked about it yet, which will be stepping up. Clayton and I were looking at what we gave last year, and we thought it was around $500,000. It's around $1 million, and we gave a lot, but we did not talk about it. And I've said this before, I was brought up not to talk about it. In my family, you don't talk about things you do for people, you just do them. But we're going to talk about it, because you guys are going to represent it with your foundations, or the things you want to do. And we will keep giving, but we need to know where we need to help. So, and we do, I just want you guys to know, we personally do things, the 2 of us. Ted does things outside of these companies, but we also want to do it with you all. We also want to support what you want to give to. And we want to support what you love and the direction you want to go, because we don't have all the answers. We really don't. If you said, why did you make all those product lines, and I just told you it's because of all the meetings, don't think for 1 second those meetings didn't include you all. Because I listen and I do care. So I want to apologize. I've been so tired lately. I want to apologize if I haven't gotten back to people. It has simply been because of the time that it's taken. But we are at a pause right now, because most of the products that we are launching are done. So now we are in a production stage, and we will have more time for the root community. So I do want Clay to talk about a little bit about the events we have planned and what the business plan and everything else, because I feel like that's...
And then we'll do questions.
Yes.
So what should we talk about?
We
Planning.
want to talk about Mexico and
Oh.
Cyprus and Nashville.
Let's say goodbye to everyone, because I have my 6 followers.